Hare Krishna, dear devotees, Bhagavad Gita Chapter 15 Summary. The Yoga of the Supreme Person. Prayer. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamine Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashtatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Kodi Vaishnava Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Chapter 15. The Yoga of the Supreme Person. Today, let us try to understand all the 20 verses of chapter 15 together and see the beautiful flow of the chapter. Connection between chapter 14 and chapter 15. In chapter 14, Krishna explained how the living entity becomes bound by the three modes of material nature. Naturally, a question arises. What exactly is this material world? How are we trapped in it? And most importantly, how do we get out of it? So chapter 15 answers these questions. Verses 1 to 6, from the material world to the spiritual world. Krishna begins with a wonderful analogy, the analogy of the inverted banyan tree. Verses 1 and 2, Krishna says, Urdhvamulam adh shakam. The roots are upward and the branches downward. This tree represents the material world. The leaves represent the Vedic hymns, and one who understands this tree is said to know the purpose of the Vedas. The branches spread both upward and downward. The higher branches represent elevation through the mode of goodness. The lower branches represent entanglement through passion and ignorance. The tree is nourished by the three modes of material nature. The twigs represent the sense objects, and the secondary roots represent the fruitive activities which bind the conditioned souls more and more. Thus, the more attached we become to material enjoyment, the deeper our roots go to this material existence. Verses 3 and 4. How to escape this tree? Can we escape from this tree? Yes. Krishna says that although the beginning and end of this tree cannot be perceived, one should cut it down with the weapon of detachment. Asanka shastrena dridhena chitva. By the strong weapon of detachment, one can cut this deeply rooted tree. And then what should one do? One should search for that place from which having gone there, one never returns. One should surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That destination is the spiritual world. Verse 5. Qualities of those who reach the spiritual world, who can attain their supreme abode. Those who are free from false prestige, free from illusion, free from bad association, detached from material desires, free from the dualities of happiness and distress, fixed in spiritual understanding. Such souls surrender unto Krishna and attain the eternal destination. Verse 6. The spiritual world. Krishna now gives us a glimpse of the spiritual world. There is no need for sun, moon or fire. Why? Because the spiritual world is self-effulgent. It is illuminated by the spiritual effulgence of the Lord Himself. And once a soul reaches that abode, he never returns to this material world. Verses 7 to 11. Transmigration of the living entity. Now Krishna explains the nature of the soul. Verse 7. Mamaivamsho jiva loke jiva bhutah sanatanaha. All living entities are eternally Krishna's part and parcel. However, being conditioned in this world, they struggle with the six senses headed by the mind. Verse 8. At death, the soul leaves one body and enters another. Just as air carries fragrance from one place to another, the soul carries his mentality and impressions into the next body. Verse 9. According to karma and the modes of nature, the soul receives a particular body with a specific set of senses and corresponding sense objects. For example, a hog naturally enjoys stool, whereas human beings enjoy sweets. Thus, different bodies are designed according to different desires and karmic reaction. Verse 10 and 11. Although millions of souls are constantly migrating from one body to another, not everyone can understand this process. Why? Because spiritual vision is required. Those who possess scriptural knowledge and self-realization can see things as they are. But those who lack spiritual understanding remain bewildered. Verses 12 to 15, Krishna maintains everyone. Krishna now reveals how he maintains all living beings. Verse 12, the brilliance of the sun, moon and fire are all his energies. These are his manifestation. Verse 13, Krishna enters every planet and sustains it, but his energy all planets remain in their orbits. He also becomes the moon and nourishes all vegetation. Verses 14. Krishna becomes the digestive fire within our body. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva. He digests the four kinds of food. Thus, both the external fire and the internal fire are manifestation of Krishna. Verse 15. Krishna resides in everyone's heart. From him come remembrance, knowledge, forgetfulness. And he is the compiler of Vedanta, the knower of the Vedas, the ultimate object to be known through the Vedas. Thus, Krishna lovingly maintains all conditioned souls and simultaneously guides them toward liberation. Verses 16 to 18, the Supreme Person. Krishna now explained the relationship between himself and all living beings. There are two categories of living entities. Chara, fallible, the conditioned souls in the material world. Akshara, infallible, the liberated souls in the spiritual world. But above both is the Supreme Person. Uttama Purushas Dvananyaha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. Krishna says, I am transcendental to both the conditioned and the liberated souls. Therefore, he is celebrated everywhere as Purushottama, the Supreme Person. No living entity can never become equal to Krishna. He eternally remains the Supreme Lord. Verse 19, the process of attaining Krishna. Krishna says, whoever understands me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead without doubt becomes fully engaged in devotional service. Thus, devotional service is the process by which we attain the ultimate goal. Verse 20, the ultimate goal. Krishna concludes the chapter by saying that one who understands this confidential knowledge becomes truly wise. His life becomes successful. His endeavor attains perfection. And what is that perfection? To attain Krishna and engage eternally in loving service unto his lotus feet. Lesson from chapter 15. This material world is compared to be an inverted banyan tree. Attachments strengthens our bondage. Detachment and surrender to Krishna help us escape material existence. The spiritual world is self-effulgent and eternal. Every living entity is an eternal part and parcel of Krishna. The soul transmigrates from one body to another according to karma and desires. Krishna maintains everyone externally and internally. Krishna is the source of remembrance, knowledge and forgetfulness. Krishna is the ultimate object of the Vedas. He is Purushottama, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Devotional service is the process. Attaining Krishna is the ultimate goal. Practical application. The more we hear about Krishna, chant his holy names, and engage in devotional service, the stronger our attachment to him becomes and the weaker our attachments to the material world becomes. By sincerely chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, they gradually cut down the trees of material existence and move towards our eternal home, Goloka Vrindavan. Thus, in chapter 15, Krishna beautifully explains the material world, the spiritual world, the transmigration of the soul, his role as the maintainer, the relationship between the jiva and himself, the process of devotional service, and finally the ultimate goal, attaining him. Now, beginning with chapter 16, Krishna will describe the divine and the demoniac qualities and help us understand which quality lead us towards liberation and which qualities lead us towards bondage. Hare Krishna, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.